Now that I've shown you how to list models and retrieve them for inspection, the next step is to understand pricing. Pricing is something that you really need to keep in your mind because if you run out of money, well, that's no bueno, not good. So let's understand how pricing works. The first thing that you need to know is that pricing can vary significantly depending on the model that you choose. Let's take a look at the language models. Pricing is dependent on the amount of input that's sent to the model and the output generated, which is something that you cannot always control, or at least up to a certain extent. For example, you can control the output using max tokens. And for the input, you can measure what's being sent. But then again, maybe you don't want to truncate your input. Anyway, let's look at this page. It has the pricing for GPT-4 and 3.5. Do you notice something? Well, the price for GPT-4 is about 3 cents per 1,000 tokens, at least at the time of the creation of this course. And check out GPT-3.5. It is 0.0015 or a 15 thousandths of a dollar. Way cheaper to use GPT-3.5. This can make a big difference very quickly, which is kind of why I'm using primarily 3.5 in this training, so that you get started with the lower cost option. Using GPT-4 is usually just changing a parameter, so whenever you're ready, you can transition to use GPT-4. Additionally, there's a cost for fine-tuning models, and then the audio models have a different pricing scheme. So, I guess the most important takeaway that you should have from this course is that you need to understand the costs. You should know what you're spending and keep track of it to avoid surprises. It really pays off, no pun intended, to control costs. And remember that you can track it with the usage section in the response. Also, you can set a soft limit where you get an email letting you know that you're near a certain consumption, and you can specify a hard limit which will make the service stop. But this may cause disruptions to your users.